Europe. This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. We're broadcasting live from COP21, the UN Climate Change Summit in Paris, France. But we're going back now to the Calais refugee camp, which is about 2 miles north, 2 hours north by train from Paris. It sits outside the northern port city of Calais. Many in France and residents themselves call the camp the jungle. It's a maze of wind-swept, ripped tents and muddy walkways where people informally live in sections according to their home countries. Walking through the camp is like walking through a map of the targets of U.S. and Western bombing campaigns: Iraq, Syria, Sudan, of course, Afghanistan. By far the largest community in the Calais refugee camp are Afghans who fled the 14-year-old U.S. war in Afghanistan. Nermeen Sheikh, Laura Gottesdiener, Hani Massoud, Dennis Moynihan, and I spent most of our day on Saturday in the Afghan section of the camp where people recounted living through the longest war in U.S. history, which President Obama indefinitely extended this past fall. After covering a refugee protest and speaking with Syrian refugee Majid, we visited the first makeshift restaurant established in the camp to meet with its owner. We're just back from Majid's tent, where he lives with 2 other men, and we're now on the street of, well, makeshift restaurants. There's a barber shop. This is the Kabul Cafe. And right here, as we're going in, is a map of the whole camp. Let's go inside. We've come to the back of the Kabul Cafe. It's very warm here in this back room. To speak with the owner, can you tell us your name?
Yeah, my name is Sikandar.
And can you talk to us about when you got to this camp?
Yeah, it's about more than 6 months.
And where did you come from?
I'm from Afghanistan.
Where in Afghanistan?
Nuristan, but I have grew up in Kabul. Yeah.
And why did you leave Afghanistan?
Because of war, because of Americans' politics, because of the England politics, because they come to my country, use the bombs, the weapons. In my country, we don't have any weapons. So this weapons is using in Afghanistan. If the tourists using, if the Americans using, if anyone using, this use it in my country. So there is war in my country, and I'm here.
We just saw a protest about a death of a young man named Joseph, a Sudanese man who was killed on the highway, on the overpass above. Do you know about that?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
What happened?
It's happened every day. It's not just this one time, you know. It's happened every day, every week. And 1 month before, in 1 month, the 9 people died here in Calais.
Why are you willing to risk all of this?
Because if the people like me, they have problem, they are in countries, they are in their countries, like me. If I have problem in my country, I have to go forward. You know, I don't have to go back. If I go back, I'm 100% I die. But for this, I can risk. I say, okay, maybe 50% I go. So some people. I think people is thinking like this: if I go back, I will die, and I have a very bad life. It's better to try 50%. Maybe I will go there and I will arrive there, and I will have a normal life.
President Obama said the war is ending in Afghanistan. Do you see it ending?
Until Americans in Afghanistan, it will be not ending. Never.
The map of this camp, it's like a map of the world, or a part of the world. It's a map of where refugees are from. Most of these countries have been bombed by the United States.
I really didn't think about it. The map of the jungle is looking like the map of the world.
Syria, Afghanistan, Iraq, Sudan.
Yeah, it's true. I didn't think about it, but yeah, it's true.
We're walking through the refugee camp just outside of Calais. As we walk, some people just pass us, some people stop and look, and occasionally people stop to talk. But we've been warned over and over that people don't want their faces shown. They're afraid. They're afraid of being targeted here, and they're afraid their families will be targeted at home. It's very cold and overcast. It's just rained, so it's very muddy, and it looks like it's going to be raining again. Do you want to say your name?
My name is Sadiq Hussein Khail, and I am from Afghanistan.
When did you come here?
I'm here since 4.5 months.
And why did you come here?
I want to go to UK because in Afghanistan, you better know the situation are very bad. And America comes there. They want to finish Al-Qaeda and terrorism. But they are unsuccessful in that. Instead of that to finish the terrorism, they increased the war in Afghanistan. And the people are in very bad situation. It's all because of America.
Where do you come from in Afghanistan?
I come from Kunar.
What is it like? Was it destroyed? Was it bombed?
Yeah, Kunar was totally destroyed, and a big group of Americans are there. There was a big base, and still Kunar is under bombing even from Pakistani side. All areas of Kunar is each day and every day the Pakistan is bombing on Kunar, and at that time was also American were bombing there, because from the past the people of Kunar are all like they're religious people, all of them. Like they thought that this is the main center of Taliban.
Why do you think they're bombing?
Because they says these people are Taliban, they are terrorists. American are bombing there, and Pakistan is also bombing there. Pakistan think that the Taliban are hiding here, and they were thinking that the Osama is also there, and the Hizb Islami leader Gulbuddin Hekmatyar is also there. That's why Kunar is mostly under attack.
Were there drone strikes?
Yes, there were drone attacks.
And what effect do they have? Did you know people killed?
They're always killing innocent people. They're bombing on the civilians, on the villages. In fact, they were not Taliban. Many times they kill civilians there.
And how does that make people feel?
They make people unhappy, disappointed, from both sides, from government and from the whole world, from America, from all the people.
Al-Qaeda, Daesh, do you think it increased since 2001?
Since 2001, yeah, because if they are bombing on civilians, America or the NATO or all these groups, if they are bombing on civilians, civilians become very angry and they join the group of Taliban. That's why if they are killing 1 person or 10 person, 100 of them are joining the group of Taliban. They don't support the government because government cannot help them.
So are you saying the bombing increased terrorism?
Yes, the war is not the solution for finishing terrorism. They have to talk face by face. What is their demand? Look to the Syria. The whole world is bombing Daesh, but they are increasing. They can't do anything.
When did you actually leave Afghanistan?
I left Afghanistan I think in August. I don't know, 5-6 months ago.
And how did you make your way out?
It's a big story. It's very difficult. Everyone knows. I came to Iran. Then after that, I come to Turkey. After that, I come to Bulgaria.
Do you drive? Do you walk?
Sometimes we were in buses. Sometimes we were walking in the mountains when we were crossing the borders.
So from Bulgaria to where?
From Bulgaria to Serbistan. To Serbia.
And then?
Then to Hungary.
And then?
Then to Austria.
And then?
And then, to Italy, France. And now I'm here.
It's a very, very long trip.
It's yeah, of course, it's very long trip. It's not that easy just to buy the ticket of aeroplane, and go to the airport, sit in the plane, and come directly here. We were just illegally crossing the borders, and that is very difficult, a very difficult task. We lost many of our friends. They lost they passed away. They lost their lives, and some of the people, they're not with us now.
And your family, is your family with you here?
No, my family is not here.
Where is your family?
They're in Afghanistan. Yes.
So what do you think the U.S. should be doing now?
I told you, U.S. is just increasing the war. Actually, U.S. don't want to finish the war. It's their game. It's the game of George W. Bush, Obama, and all the European Union. They don't want to finish that.
Why?
Because it's behind their profits, their benefits. They're selling their weapons and using in the Islamic countries. This is the big point. How much they spend there? If they spend $100, they're getting from there $1,000. They don't care about the people who are dying there.
President Obama said they're wrapping up the war in Afghanistan. Do you feel like the U.S. is ending the war in Afghanistan?
What do you mean, sorry, by wrapping?
Ending the war.
No, never he will end the war. Never he will end the war.
Can you be safe in Afghanistan?
I don't think so. If I was safe there, I don't like to live here in these tents. And I don't like the high buildings, the beautiful countries. My country is my country. But, I was not safe there.
Did things change here after the November 13th attacks in Paris?
Yes. But, it's everywhere the police are checking, the security is very strong. And, yes, it's totally changed nowadays. Before it was good, the border was also good. Nowadays it's very strong security.
Did they come here after the attacks?
Yes, each night they are coming here.
Even though the UK and the United States bombed your country, you would like to go live there?
Yes, both are the same for us. America, UK, France, all the European countries are the same for us because they are bombing our countries. And they destroyed our countries, but their countries are okay, good.
We then went to another area where there were, sort of small campers that people had donated for families. We met a woman who'd been a teacher in Kabul, Afghanistan, before she fled with her 4 children. She and her 12-year-old daughter described their journey.
We had traveled by bus, by car, by horse, by train, until in here. It's by boat, all.
Can you tell me how you got from Afghanistan to France?
But my daughter tell you.
So how did you get from Afghanistan here to Calais?
At first we go to Nimruz, province of Afghanistan. Then we went to Pakistan. Then we walked to Saravan, Balochistan, then Iran Shahar, Kerman, Shiraz, Tehran, Kurdistan, and Urumia, the border of Turkey and Iran. Then we start walking in mountains. Then we went to Turkey, then in one, then Istanbul, Izmir. Then we arrived to sea. And then
We have
took
a
a boat?
travel boat.
yeah, we took a boat. Then
Was that scary?
yeah.
Yeah, well, all of us scared from that boat. At first, when I saw that boat, I don't know about this boat. When I saw that, after that they said, "You come." I call all my children and talk my work, and I start crying. Oh, I bought dating by money. That's why I spend all my money to buy the date for all of you. Yeah, to buy that date.
To buy death for all of you.
For all of you. And I start crying.
And you made it. And then where did you land?
And Greece.
In Greece.
Yeah.
In Greece. And then where did you go from Greece?
And then we went to Macedonia, Serbia.
Macedonia.
Yeah.
Serbia.
Croatia. And
Croatia.
Autriche.
Oh, Austria.
Hungary.
Oh, Hungary. Then Austria.
Yeah.
This is quite a geography lesson that you lived. That was Dur and her 12-year-old daughter. After we left their camper, just as we were heading out of the camp, a young man ran after us. He said he wanted to tell us his story.
My name is Najibullah. I'm from Afghanistan, Kabul, and I was working with the U.S. Marine back in Helmand province, Musa Kela.
When?
And, it was 2011. Yeah.
What were you doing?
I was interpreter with the U.S. Marine. Yeah. And we were in VOP, Forward Operation Base, and then yeah.
And how long did you work?
I was working with them 7 months. Yeah.
And then also for a U.S. contractor?
And before that, yeah, I was also working in a construction company, in Creative International Company. They were running a project by the name of Crowded House. That project was from the DoD side. They were creating culverts, bridges, and retaining walls for the people of Daikundi province. Yeah.
And so, did you apply for immigration to the United States?
I applied for a special immigration visa, but they because I was working just for 7 months, the U.S. Government refused to give me visa because they said you just work for 7 months, not 1 year, and I sent a letter from the Creative International Company that as a evidence that I work with them also. So if we put all together, it becomes more than 1 year. But still, they said that's not the kind of evidence. You should send us HR letter from the international company.
Sort of on letterhead from Creative International.
Yeah. So they said, but the letter which I had, that was from those people who was working with us from the DoD side. And those numbers and emails were just, local from Afghanistan. And from the day they left Afghanistan, those number and emails doesn't work. And what I'm trying to say that working with the U.S. government, it doesn't matter you work just 1 day or a year or 2 years or 4 years. It doesn't matter to the Taliban. As long as you work with them just 1 hour, you're condemned to death. So that's what happened to me. I was condemned to death. And I'm asking the U.S. government why they, refuse me to give me a visa. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. I'm facing this difficulty.
Just a few of the thousands of Afghans now stranded in the Calais refugee camp, risking their lives to reach Britain. Double and in some places triple rows of barbed wire fences were built recently, securing both the entrance to the channel, that's the Channel Tunnel, and the tractor-trailer staging area for trucks bound for the UK. All trucks entering the tunnel are also subjected to infrared scanning, looking for body heat, for stowaways. Just months ago, it was common for scores of people to transit the tunnel nightly, hidden in trucks or on the high-speed train. Now it's almost impossible. It's 14 years into the U.S. war in Afghanistan. President Obama had pledged to withdraw the majority of the thousands of U.S. troops deployed to Afghanistan by the end of 2015. But in October, he reversed course and instead indefinitely extended the longest war in U.S. history. There are nearly 60 million people forcibly displaced worldwide, the largest number since World War II. Special thanks to Democracy Now!'s Laura Gottesdiener, Nermeen Sheikh, Hadi Massoud, and Dennis Moynihan. We're in France. Back in a moment. Hi, I'm Amy Goodman. I want to thank you for tuning in to Democracy Now! We are so grateful to our fans and followers for being a part of the daily conversation. By choosing a news source that's committed to the truth, you're carrying the message of independent media, reaching hundreds of thousands of people every day. In these times of war and elections, we need a media not sponsored by corporations that profit from war, but a media that's truly independent, funded by you. Democracy Now! Is not paid for by the weapons manufacturers, the insurance industry, or the oil, gas, coal, or nuclear companies. We don't take advertising or corporate underwriting dollars. That means we rely on your donations to make our daily independent news hour possible. We need your support today to keep bringing you the hard-hitting, in-depth reporting you've come to expect 5 days a week. Visit democracynow.org, or you can call 888-999-3877. That's 888-999-3877 to make your holiday gift to Democracy Now! Today. Thanks so much for sharing Democracy Now! Stories all year long.